Gen V season 2 finale, episode 8. Obviously, we'll get into the details, but how'd you feel about it?
It was a satisfactory episode. There were things I expected to happen, things I didn't expect to happen. I felt like they either dialed back on some things, or they specifically left certain people out of this part or arc to make it bigger for certain characters down the line. I do feel like we're drawing out the ultimate Homelander fight, like we're stretching it out as far as we possibly can. I felt like we would be right on the precipice of that in Gen V in this season, but this feels more like a next season primer.
Oh, for
like
Gen V.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next season, which, I mean, if The Boys is ending, shouldn't Gen V be ending too? Presumably.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no more Homelander. What's the point?
I thought they were leading into The Boys next season, and it's supposed to come to a
kind of, but we've seen fucking Starlight and A-Train.
That's why I thought
That's
it was.
it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? If this is, again, this is the final battle, we're all ganging up to go fight Homelander, I expect to see everybody. I expect to see Maeve. I expect to see Butcher. I expected to see Huey. I expect to see everybody who's involved.
Okay. Oh, we saw Black Noir as well.
That's the fake Noir.
I'm kidding. I would have expected maybe an hour long to an hour, probably even 15 long episode. They closed it in 45.
45 minutes. So short.
Yeah. And I guess I expected, considering we just got introduced to this Godolkin character, I guess I would have thought we would have seen more from the character than one 45-minute episode.
I'll be honest. It felt like a bit of a nothing burger. It felt a bit like a nothing burger. Like,
he seemed a little too easy to beat. Why
did Sage spend so much time getting this guy back? It felt, ultimately, that part of it at least felt like a waste of time. I am so glad Jordan Marie is over. Yes. Yep. Hallelujah. Thank God. It doesn't matter that the reason why it happened was nonsensical. It doesn't matter that, he fucked around and gave her I'd love for us to be friends, horseshit response. Don't care. I'm glad that it's over. The relationship felt forced from its inception, and again, the reasoning for not being in a relationship anymore, it's stupid. It's dumb, but it's also cool because I didn't want to see the relationship anymore. So
your arguments about Marie not having, control over her situation kind of echoed to me a lot through this episode. Because
just being pulled every which way,
and kind of annoyed with the fact that, she just would not take the fact that she is.
I'm not powerful. I can't do that. I'm about to turn this shit off.
It happens so much.
I'm actually about to turn this shit off. There's no other way for them to write a black character other than like extremely broken and flawed or non-believing in themselves.
Like, I guess I wouldn't be mad at that happening so much during the season if it came to an end that she accepted it.
Yes. But like literally we still ending this thing with her being this lowly, I don't know about me. I don't think so.
Despite all the proof of
he blew my head up. Like I was like, he blew your head up? He made you believe? When? When did you believe? I didn't hear any belief.
Despite all the proof that you are every bit as powerful as Homelander, you for some reason still can't come to the fact that
you've healed multiple people's ailments from ranging from a cracked skull to a degenerative superpower disease, and you've healed it with no more than a fucking nosebleed to show for it. And here you are talking about what you can't do again. This shit pisses me off.
And no matter how many times characters outside of the situation keep trying to prove to you that you are extremely valuable, you keep running away from that.
If I'm trying to be fair, I would say that they are trying to establish that Marie is pure of heart and pure of intention. And so from that standpoint, she will always reject that she's any type of messiah or godlike figure. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you also have common sense. right? Like you have a brain and you can see what you can do. And like that person at some point in time gets to a point of, all right, it's no longer, oh, I don't think I'm powerful. Can I really do it? It's how do I be responsible with these powers? How do I make sure that I never turn evil? How do I make sure that I never let this power fall into the wrong hands? That is the evolution of a superhuman, not totally stuck in neutral in first place because we still don't accept the fact that we're one of the most powerful supes on the planet.
Yeah.
Like we literally just won't see it or rationalize it, fight it tooth and nail. It's dumb. It's dumb. I don't see any other character on this show working overtime to devalue themselves, much less any other protagonist.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, as far as Marie's journey through this entire situation, I was kind of like, what journey here?
It's very
She's
disappointed
still the
in
same
the
as who she
characterization.
was at least halfway through the season. So kind of annoying. Yeah, Jordan basically broke up with her. I was actually surprised with the fact that, I guess at some level I wasn't, but I was somewhat surprised with the fact that Annabelle decided that she wanted to stay with them. I guess the fact that she's a superhero, so where the fuck else is she going to go to live a normal life? There is that fact. So I guess I wasn't super surprised, but I was somewhat surprised with the fact that she wasn't like, man, I want the fuck out of here. This
Bring back
motley
Pam
crew-
Balam.
Yo, this motley crew of superheroes, get me the fuck out of here. I'm never going to be normal with them. So at some point I was kind of surprised with the fact that she decided, but I guess she's accepted the fact that Marie, wasn't in complete control of her powers when the situation with her parents happened. So
Which is something that she should have already
She should have
accepted
known.
since
She should have
she's a
known.
soup. Yeah.
Yeah. Marie decided to give Kate her powers back finally at at what could be the worst time, because she should have done it episodes ago.
Polarity. So I thought it was interesting that when Sage had Polarity kidnapped and ended up letting them go, she said something very interesting. She said, "You're still going to die, Polarity, just not today." So I wonder if his death plays a major role in her calculations or all of the possibilities she's run. I've run all the calculations. It's the leader from...
Yeah, I mean,
Captain
she had to
America.
let him go so that he can help fight Godolkin, because Godolkin was clearly going way off script. But yeah, no, that is interesting. That is very interesting. A little bit of foreshadowing for what may happen in The Boys.
Yeah, I think the fact that Homelander was blowing Sage up was a little bit of foreshadowing after Godolkin made his announcement. I was expecting him to just pull up, I got you. And maybe that's the reason why they had to get him gone so quickly so that he didn't show up again.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's, world overlord over there and he's keeping his eye on everything, he's calling Sage she hasn't picked up yet, he's definitely just going to show up.
Yes.
Definitely just going to show up. That's when I felt like if there was one thing missing from all this, it was Homelander. They've kind of been calling him this entire season, and I think it would have done a little bit of good to see him size Marie up. Like, even if he doesn't know who she is or what she's being prepped to do at this moment, still having that kind of early on showdown gives you something to build towards later on where ultimately you use her to take out Homelander.
Yeah, that makes sense. One other question that I had is, okay, so I guess I thought that once we realized that Sister Sage is with Godolkin, that Sister Sage is using this as leverage over Homelander. So then does getting rid of Godolkin throw a wrench into that? Or
I
what?
think Godolkin was literally just... he was probably part of her plan in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't integral. I think she wanted Godolkin because she loved him. You gotta remember, he was working through Cypher's body the entire time.
Yeah. Right.
So she fell in love with dude and probably just wanted somebody to live out the rest of their days with, and she looked for the smartest possible man on earth that she could find.
Okay.
And that's a guy who created superhumans 50 years ago.
Right. So then in that case, this isn't leverage over Homelander. This is just, I actually like you.
It could be like, hey, I'm the only one that knows how to defeat you type of thing. But I'm assuming that if she killed him like that or got him killed like that, then she already got that information. She got what she needed.
Well, because my thought was that's why, like, the plan was to use Marie against Homelander.
Yeah.
And so I guess she was in on that, obviously.
But he couldn't control Marie yet. And so
Right.
when he got on his whole, I'm going to kill all the Supes until we get a perfect crowd, she's like, you wasting time.
Yeah.
You not going to get through all of this before he pull up. I might as well get you taken care of now and just move forward with the part of the plan that we was ready to move forward with originally.
So then is she going to come back into contact with
Marie? I'm sure she will at some point, yeah.
Even though Marie is basically fighting for the side again. Okay. Well, actually, maybe that's where it is.
We don't truly know where Sister Sage lines up in this. It could be a double cross of Homelander. She could be saying she's the only one that could have done it. This is why she needed to stay close. But
she has to be double crossing.
I think she has some sort of ulterior motive outside of Homelander's machinations. Now, whether or not that is to take Homelander down, that's going to remain to be left to see. But that remains to be seen.
Because she's never going to ascend to power with Homelander still being a thing. She's trying to outsmart him. I think she's proven that at times, that she's trying to get over Homelander because she, like you said, she knows all sorts of variables. She's thinking of every other variable, and Homelander doesn't do that. And so she can outsmart him. It's just what, how, and who's going to be involved with that.
Facts. That is season 2 of The Boys, episode 8 of Gen V. We'll be looking for the new season of The Boys coming up here in the spring. I think it's coming out.
I think so.
March or so.
Somewhere around there.
So definitely slide back. Check us out at that time. We'll have plenty more shows going on in the meantime before that. So check those out as well. Bel Air's coming up for sure. Be looking through some more things here at the holiday season. So stay checked in with us. Let us know what you thought about this episode's review. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back to you with another one.
Facts. And make sure you check out our playlist, or both of our playlists. One full of Gen V episode reviews, and then full of The Boys reviews. And like you said, make sure you subscribe for more. Peace.